Hey guys, so I'm going to show you how to upgrade your CPU. Here we have a older Dell Optiplex computer and it has an i5 6500 in it, and I'm going to upgrade it with this guy right here. I ordered this off of eBay. It's an i7. Let me see if let me read it first. It's an i7 6700X. So first things first, pretty straightforward process. We are going to open up this case. I'm going to go ahead and open up this case and let's take a look at what's inside. Okay, so I took off the side panel. It's right down there. Again, each PC case is going to be a little bit different, but the idea is the same. So this one actually, there we go. It just slides out like this. And give me a second here. I got to rearrange my keyboard. Kind of hard to do this just with one hand, but there you go. So what we're going to replace is the CPU. So this green board, electronical board there, that's the motherboard. And right here, we have the cooler for the CPU. So right underneath here is the CPU, and that's what we're going to replace. You can see that there's some screws right here, 4 screws on each corners of the cooler. So we're going to take a screwdriver and unscrew them and then take this off. Do note that there's a electrical cord for the CPU cooler that it connects into the motherboard. You're going to want to disconnect that as well. So that's my next steps to do. Okay, so I just got finished using my screwdriver and removing the CPU case along with the little cord that goes into the motherboard. And lo and behold, there's our CPU. That's what we're going to replace. You can see the thermal paste is pretty dry. So what I'm going to do is take some alcohol and a paper towel paper and just wipe this clean. So I'm going to do that to the CPU and before removing it, and do this as well here. So that's my next steps. All right, so I just got finished cleaning. You can see it looks much cleaner now. That's the old CPU. This is now the cooler. We're going to reuse the same cooler for this brand new CPU that we're going to put in. So let's go ahead and do that. I can do this. It's easier now with just one hand here. So you push down on this little latch here. You just push it down and move it to the side. And there you go. I've just unlocked the CPU. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up carefully. And I'm going to just go ahead and grab the old CPU that's in there and just lift it up. And there we go. So that's the socket. Remember, before you upgrade your CPU, you need to know what type of socket your motherboard. There's a little program called CPU-Z. You run that in, it tells you all the different parts of your computer. So this is the old CPU. Put that into a different system, and we're going to upgrade it from i5 to i7 Intel Core CPU, so the performance is going to be much better. So let's go ahead. Do take note that how you take out the CPU. You see there's not sure if you can see it all that clear, but here on the bottom left corner, there's a little triangle there. So that, just the way this one was, you found it, you're going to have to put in the new CPU just like that as well, in the same orientation. So use that as a reference point, this little triangle here. You can also see the triangle if you bring down the lash. There's a little triangle symbol there, so you know that the triangle needs to go into that corner. So that's how you insert the CPU. It has to be done a certain way. All right, so let me go ahead and grab the next thing. 1 second. All right, so I just got the new CPU. They look the same, all right? You just got to look at the, you don't want to put the old one back into the same system, right? So this is the i7 6700X. And taking note of the triangle, and you just sit it into the socket like so. And there you go. It is, I just set it down. What I like to do is push down a little bit, not hard, just gently with my finger, push it down and make sure if I can just move it like this, you see it's locked in good. And then the next thing we want to do is just go ahead and close this latch, just like you found it. There's a little reference point here. And then we're going to just push down the lever. and lock the CPU. There we go. That's it. Before I put the CPU cooler on, I'm going to have to get some thermal paste, and that's the next part I'm going to show you. Okay, so I found my thermal paste. It's right here. Looks like, again, depending on what you get, this is a brand Deepcool. You're going to apply a little bit of thermal paste to the top of the CPU, like so. I'm not sure if you're able to see that. You don't need to put too much. You can kind of see what I did there, just like a little dot like there. I'm gonna maybe put a little bit more, but that's plenty. That's plenty. So I'm gonna try to see. You just put it there, and now we'll be able to sit down the CPU cooler on top of this, and that's it. Make sure you add thermal paste. It's gonna help cool down your computer, your CPU. Okay, so let me go ahead and next part, I need to use both hands, so I'm gonna do that. But make sure you add some thermal paste. And then what we're going to do is just take oops, give me a second here. I'm just going to just put this back the way I found it, and then we'll be almost done, and that's it. Okay, so I just finished putting back the CPU cooler. Remember the 4 screws on the corners right here. Make sure you tighten them well. Make sure when you try to lift, you can try to lift up the computer, see it move, so it's secure there. And then also don't forget about the power cable coming from the CPU cooler connected back to the motherboard, like so. And that's it, guys. I just showed you how to upgrade your CPU. Important to make sure that the CPU that you replace your existing CPU with, make sure it's the same socket for your motherboard. And that's it. Let me know if this was helpful, if you have any questions. And thanks again, guys, for watching the video.